Greetings, everyone. It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Bald Girls Gossip Room. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I am preparing for a trip, and y'all know the wigs got to be ready for the trips, right? So, trying to get my wigs ready for that trip. Typically, when I travel, depending on how long I stay, if I'm staying more than a week, if I'm staying just 1 week, I'm carrying 2 wigs, right? One for special occasions, going out to dinner and such, and the other one for like swimming and things like that, because I love swimming. I love the beach. I love that sort of thing, right? But anyway, so I'm carrying 2 wigs. Actually, I'll be gone for about a week. I need a swim wig, and I think I want to carry 2 wigs because this is a vacation. So I plan to be going out quite often on like fancy outings, right? So I want to carry 2 different fancy wigs, one curly sort of like mermaid wig with me. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to discuss. What I want to discuss is this wig and another wig that I have, right? Both of them need work. Both of them are wigs that I purchased. They're human hair wigs. I've showed them to you before, but what I didn't tell you was that I think maybe 1 or 2 times I wore these wigs out and about. And the reason why I don't wear them as much as I'd like to, because really they're nice styles, right? I'd like to wear these wigs more often. But let me show you something, okay? And I don't have it glued down. So if you see something like this, it's because I don't have it glued down, right? But I did try to work this out this morning or just now when I was trying to prepare for this video. And y'all, the hairline on this wig is atrocious. It's atrocious. This is the reason I haven't worn it. This is probably the best I've ever gotten it, to be honest. Other than that, I would typically just like do the comb over, like an old guy, and do it like this. But I don't like to do that because when the wind blows, it exposes the hairline, right? And wind blows. So when y'all start saying, "Oh, just do a comb over," y'all don't get it. Okay, the wind blows and it exposes things that we don't want exposed. So I just don't wear it because there are other wigs I have that don't give this problem. Although this style is just so good. Anyway, I need help from you guys. I'd like for you to help me decide which of the wigs I will be working on. Because I only have one fixed for the 2 wigs, so I have to make a choice which one I'm going to work on. Let me show you the fix that I'm talking about. Okay. I also have this wig. All right. So this is a Tressalore wig called Sensational. I see it. Anybody ever tell you that you look like Beyonce? Ooh, nobody ever told me that before, but thank you. I don't know. Hopefully you're not, about to make some joke like, "Ha, you don't look like Beyonce," but thank you. I'll take it. Thank you very much, VBE36. Okay, so this is a Tressalore wig called Sensational, right? I'll go ahead and show it to you. Let me just run the brush through it. I bought 2 of these wigs last year when right before or during the time when President Donald Trump was threatening 145% tariffs on wigs, right? And I did that because I wanted to like stock up on wigs before that happened. Fortunately, it didn't happen. I think wigs have only gone up probably by around 20% or 30%, right? So although the prices were raised, it's not as bad as what we thought. But anyway, I bought 2 of these, and I hate them. I hate them because they are. Look at them. Can you see it? Are you able to see how stiff it is? This is a high-end synthetic wig, y'all. Tressalore is a high-end wig company, wig brand. And I don't know if they sell wigs that are not heat-friendly, but they're heat-friendly wigs. I would not invest in one of these heat-friendly wigs again because they are so not friendly. If you see how quickly the hair turns into like stiff cardboard straw like baby doll hair, it just doesn't even make sense, especially when you consider the price. This wig did cost me something like, I want to say almost $300. And I know some of y'all looking like, why would you spend $300 on synthetic wig? Typically, I get high-end synthetic wigs, and they work out really well for me. This Tressalure wig was a gamble because I had never tried the brand before. I will never try it again. But anyway, what I've noticed about these high-end synthetic wigs is that they do a really, really good job at their parting space. Y'all see how good this parting space is? Despite the fact that the hair in general is ridiculously difficult to tame. So as you can see, I'm combing it out. And that's the reason why it looks halfway decent now. Like you're probably looking at it thinking, oh my God, that's a nice wig. What's wrong with it? Let this wig walk outside for 45 minutes and you'll know the difference. I can't show it to you now because I'm not walking outside for 45 minutes, but I even have video of myself wearing not this exact wig, but the same wig when I was in Thailand, and it was super hot outside. And I don't know if that had anything to do with this behavior, but it looks so bad. All these hairs just clumped together. It was just so bad. It was such a bad look. But I had to deal with it for the entire day because that's what I chose to wear that day, right? So, needless to say, I've never worn it again, but the hairlines are really, really good. And the great thing about the hairline is it's not susceptible to the same kind of friction. I'm sorry, my nose is running because I still have the cold. The same sort of friction damage that the hairs that relax on your shoulders do, right? So they pretty much don't experience the same kind of damage. Let me show you how good it is. First of all, can we run I'm going to blow my nose in a second, y'all. I know I'm just sniffling, which is gross. Okay, but look at this, y'all. And just so you know, the condition of this wig, I wore this wig one time. There's no reason why I should look this bad at the ends, but the like I said, the cap is really, really good. Let me show you the inside. Well, there's some glue on it because clearly I wore it, right? But this is just Got to Be Glue, by the way. And if you don't know, Got to Be Glue is a great water soluble glue to wear on a daily basis because it washes right off, right? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. In case you're curious what that looks like, this has Got to Be Glued, and there it is, Got to Be Glued. All right, so what I'm thinking about doing is taking, you see how the colors are they the same? They're not same, but they're very similar. Yeah, they're pretty similar, right? So I'm thinking about cutting out the cap from this wig, just the monofilament parting space, and then cutting out the monofilament parting space from this wig, which I know looks a mess. I'm not sure why this looks like this, especially because I only wore it out twice. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna cut that out and then replace it with this one. I've done this many times before, and I've showed it to you many times before. So I'm not worried that it won't work right. I just want to use it on the right wig because I only have one of these. And I have two wigs that need work. The other wig that needs attention is this one, which is also, I'm not sure which one I like better. But I really like both the cuts. So I need you guys' help to determine, which wig I should work on. This is the other wig, and this wig needs attention, but for different reasons. Part of it is the parting space because, oh my God, they were so stingy. This is a Motown Tress wig, by the way. This one, I can't remember the name, okay? It was some brand that I bought at the beauty supply store, and they white labeled it pretty much with a label that you can only buy at beauty supply stores. Like you have to physically go inside the beauty supply store. You can't order it online. I've tried. They're just not available, this brand. And I applaud the beauty supply stores for doing this because they have to figure out a way to stay open, especially in this market flooded with wigs that you could buy online and receive like within 4 days. The beauty supply stores need to stay open, and they found a way. So I'm not mad at them for doing that, but just the same, I can't tell you the name brand of this wig, right? So this is the one I just had on, and then this is the one that I want to talk about now. And I'll show you the two issues with that wig. This wig has more than one issue. First, I hate the parting space. I can't stand a wig that doesn't have sufficient parting space. And to me, this is insufficient. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand a wig that I can't toss from one side to the next. I want to be able to do that. So that's the first issue. The other issue is something I just realized. I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, but I'm so glad I did, because I'm not sure if anybody would have ever told me that you can literally see the scalp through it. That's criminal. That's criminal. So there's two things I can do for this. I can do the same thing I just told you about, whereas I cut out the cap from this wig and replaced it with this one, right? Here's the coloring. This one actually matches this wig better. I can do that. But then I would also have to add in some wefts to fill in all of this. This might not even be worth the job, actually, because here's the thing. If I filled it in with my wefts of hair, this is what a weft of hair looks like. This one is really long. I plan to use this one because it's shorter. I know you're going to be like, damn, that's white. It is white. This is like corn silk hair, right? But it's just going underneath. So basically you won't even be able to see it. You know, you see that? It blends perfectly, right? So I would just have to sew these wefts into the areas here to fill it in and make it fuller so this won't be obvious. I've done this all before. It's not hard work, but it is work. And you know, we don't like doing work, right? We like to do nothing. We like to relax and do nothing, right? Nonetheless, I don't mind doing the work. But the problem is once I do that, then it pretty much changes the hairstyle because it becomes much fuller, and then you have to restyle the hair. So I actually think I just made my decision just now, because I know that adding these wefts is just going to make this wig too full. So I think the wig that I'm going to work with is going to be this one. And I didn't show you just how bad the hairline is. I'm going to show you again. This wig has a horrible hairline, but that is the only issue with this wig. Oh my God. I need to poke my nose, y'all. Okay, just a second. That is the only issue. Yeah, look. This is egregious. All right, so I'm going to work on this wig. Okay, so as it turns out, I don't really need your advice on this one. But do y'all see what I built over there? Isn't it the cutest thing? This is how I've been storing my wigs. My husband can't wait for me to move this into a different location, but really there is no other location in the house for me to store my wigs, because I have a lot of people who are now living in my home, and I'm very happy to have them here. But it means that the den has become my wig storage space. Anyway, if you want to know what I did here, I'll just show it to you real quick. This is just a partition. Yeah, I'll pull one out. This is just a partition that it had can you see me? It had 4 folds to it, but I unscrewed what do you call these things? I don't know. I don't have the term, but I unscrewed these little things so that it became 2 pieces that I could turn into a square. And then I bought these little hangers on Amazon. This was really cheap, y'all. These little hangers, and I think it was literally $20, and I'm able to hang all my weights on it. So I love it. I love it. And I just wanted to show you guys that in case you're struggling to find a way to store your wigs. This is a fantastic way to it. Hopefully you guys heard me. I know my camera's over here and I was talking over there, but anyway. Anyway, yeah, so that's the wig I'm going to work on. I'm going to do the bald girl news later today, and at which time, by that time, this wig will be done and you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's completed. I could do it. I could sit right here right now with you guys and do it with you together. If somebody just chimes into the chat that they want to see the process, I'll just do it here on live. Other than that, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to work on it here. But yeah, when I do the bald girl news, you'll be able to see what that looks like. So make sure that you're tuned in, make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you have the bell turned on. Hello, Cookie.
Hi.
What's up? Go ahead. Make sure you use one that works.
Yeah, this one's good.
Oh, okay. Make sure that you turned on the subscription. Make sure you subscribe and make sure that you turn on the notification bell so that you know when I do the bald girl news. The bald girl news should be pretty interesting today because I saw some things that are really thought-provoking going on in the bald girl news. And in case you've never seen the bald girl news, it's basically just news that we bald girls will find interesting. And I think people in the bald community will find interesting. Things that you just typically not hear about on the regular news that is just for us, because us bald girls have our own little community where we talk about bald girl stuff. And I love to do that with you. By then, hopefully my nose will be running and I won't be sniffling so much. So there's that as well. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and work on that wig first, the one that I just showed you, and then we'll talk again soon. But if you want to see some of the clips that I got, I like to keep around lots of pieces. I like to keep old hair pieces that I don't wear, as long as they still have something to offer, and I use them for parts. You know what I mean? Like how people piece together cars and things like that. I like to piece together wigs. It's a great way to save money, a great way to have styles that are not available. So you basically are building yourself a custom wig. It's really good if you have the time and the patience and the know-how to know how to put together a wig. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing that. If you're not interested, that's fine too. We won't bother, but I'm going to go ahead and you know what I will do is I will cut this out in front of you guys, because I know that is the scariest part. The scariest part of reconstruction is cutting into the wig, because it always feels like, what if I mess up? Listen, here's the answer to what if you mess up. Here's the thing. I'm talking about wigs I don't even wear. I can't wear this, like I said, because it looks horrible after about 40 minutes of wear, right? I can't wear the other two because the hairlines are so bad. And then you saw this. This was just horrible. What in God's name? I can't believe I wore this out. And I wonder if people were just staring at the back of my head the whole time. Bald girl problems. Anyway, yeah. So I want to work on this eventually, but none. All right. But yeah, so it's good to have all these little hair pieces, little things that you put together. We're trying to figure out ways to save money because, my God, we never know what this economy is going to do, right? Anyway, y'all, I thank you so much for hanging out with me for this short little video, and we'll talk again soon. Peace. How do you stop it?